give me a quality. Any quality. What comes into mind? Basir. Okay. Okay, good quality. All right, so we're going to work with basir. Okay, basir means insight or the ability to see with your inner eye into the inner worlds. Okay, basir also can be focused on your eyes to see outward. So if you have like cataracts or some problem with your eye, you would use al-basir to help heal it. But we're not talking about that basir at the moment. Okay, so everybody close your eyes. And what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to open the eye of our hearts to the reality of our souls. Okay, and then once we find the reality of our souls, we're going to want to learn what veils it. All right, so everybody close your eyes. We're going to go very deep inside. Okay, which is to go very, very deep inside. And I want you to turn the eye of your heart. Everybody outside the eye of our heart first. Everybody go to your heart. And I want you to feel your heart. In other words, not the physical heart, but the heart center, the heart latif, the part of you that loves, the part of you that perceives. So, for example, I'm teaching you right now. All right? When you feel me, okay, I want you to face me and feel me. You can feel something, right? Hopefully good. You're feeling something up here. All right? That feeling emanates from the place that feels. You can't feel me unless you feel. And that feeling is from your heart. The place that feels me in your heart is where Basira comes from. Okay, so feel me. Feel the one who feels. Go inside to the one that feels. And I want you now to turn and face the one who feels. So literally witness the witnesser. Turn and face the one who feels. Okay, now, as you face the one who feels, you're going to feel something. As you face the one who feels, you're going to feel a feeling.
Is that capital O?
What's that?
Is that capital O, the one who feels?
Yes. Well, no, at that point, not capital.
So you're witnessing your own witnessing.
Yeah, unless you're in the secret, in which case it's not. Okay. All right. So you're turning and you're facing the one who's feeling. Now again, if you crossed into the secret or beyond, the one who's feeling is the law, so you're actually facing the law. But if you have not crossed into the secret yet, then the one who feels is your own soul. So when you're turning and you're facing the heart, the perceptive, feeling, and seeing nature of the heart, you have found Basir. That is your Basir. Okay. Now, look at your Basir. In other words, is it shining with brilliant light? Is it not shining but light? Is it dull? Is it covered? Is it dark? Is it dingy? Where is your Basir? Feel it. I mean, be really honest with yourself. When you feel it, maybe you feel yellow light. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you feel dark light. Maybe there's something in that is concerning you. Maybe when you feel it, there's shaitan sitting there. You see the face of a demon waiting inside your heart. What do you see when you face that place in yourself? Now, understand that all light can be opened. Light is like rays. So when you face light, you're just at the tip of the light. It's like a ray that you've seen the rays of light come down from the sun in a rainstorm. When you see light, it's a ray. Rays can be opened and travel through. Okay? I want you to open, in other words, go into the Basir realize that it's a ray of light and that you can go inside of it. Go deeper inside the ray of light, and as you do, you will see images. In other words, memories and images will pop up in your consciousness. Those are the veils that restrict Basir. Okay, look at those veils. And some of you have a beautiful light in your heart, and yet if you go deep enough, you'll see that the quality does not complete itself. It's stopping. You've done incredible work, but still it hasn't fully returned itself back to God. Okay, if your quality, wherever it stops, is your place of veiling. Okay, now, to reach Hakika, to reach Fana, Fana Fila, annihilation, 21st station, you have to return a certain amount of your qualities to Allah. And more than anything, you have to know how to return the quality to Allah. In other words, you don't have to know everything, you have to know how to do it. So go inside yourself and look. In this moment we're looking at Basir, but really behind the Basir, what we're really looking at is the limitations of Basir. Okay, what limits you from your sight? What is the limiting image? Okay, now, when you find that image, you have to work with it. You see, because the image of limitation is an illusion. It's a mirage. It's a fabricated image by the shaitan or your own self or others that has come into true sight, al-basir, and limits you from the reality of true sight. Therefore, you're witnessing a mirage. It is a mirage. It's not the truth. You've got to be able to witness and know it's a mirage, to understand that it veils your quality, and to be able to transcend it. How do you transcend it? Through astaghfirullah. But you cannot transcend it until you recognize it as false. That's the complacency. Okay, now let's take another minute or two and I'll be quiet. I'm disturbing you, so take a few more minutes with it. Okay, so let's review again. You're in the quality of sight of your heart. You're seeing the limitations. Something happened in your past where you shut down. But you became comfortable with that place of shutdown. It works for you. You're afraid of the darkness, just don't see it. Works really well. Except it doesn't make the darkness go away, it just means you don't see it. Okay. Now, you're going to travel. You have to travel through. You have to travel through the quality, the basir. You must find the image of limitation or complacency. You now recognize that this is a false image. This is the key. this is the mirage, because it's, you're so desperately want the water and you see it, you don't want to give it up. Because you think that water is going to give you something, but in fact there's no water there, it's false, it's an illusion. These images are false, they don't give you anything. See the illusion of complacency, the illusion of that creates separation that you have said yes to, and recognize it as false. That's the first step of Tapa. I recognize it as false. I think I've reached Hakika and I see that I haven't. I think I'm enlightened and I'm not. I think that I'm separate from God because I'm bad. I think that God would never accept me because I'm different, or I'm subtle, or I'm a woman, or I'm a man, or something else. I think that my love is so transcendent that nobody in the world will ever be able to accept my love. So I'm all alone because nobody will ever be able to hold the love that I carry. These are forms of illusion. But if I give up, then I realize that maybe I could be loved. And what if my heart gets broken again? So I better just stay with the illusion than risk being hurt at that level again. Complacency. Okay. Now, as you're looking in your heart, realize that you may see things in a certain way. And the way you see them works, but it is still limiting. It's another form of complacency. You know what? I am incredibly insightful. When I see things, I know I'm right. But you know what? You are right. But guess what? There's more. That's just one layer. There's more. You're going to go beyond what you see. You're going to go into the realm of truth, how God sees. The al-Basir is how God sees existence. It's God's eye, not your eye. If you look through your eye, you're limiting God's eye. Okay. Now, look at your illusion. And now we say the second step of Atalva, which is, the first thing we say is, I recognize my illusion. You have to recognize it. If you don't see the mirage, you won't get out of it. So everybody look and say, I see the illusion of the veiling of my sight, or whatever you're looking at this point. Okay. Now remember, in the third station, for many of you, that veiling is nothing more than the ishq itself. Remember, the ishq is that ardent love for God, the poetry of your love is so strong for God that you know what, you have to go past it. If you love God, then God's be outside of you. You have to go past it and find God inside. Okay. Now we make the second step of Tauba, remorse. I feel sad that I have spent time not being with the truth of God, and I have stopped with some illusion or mirage or veil. So there's a remorse. You're going to make true remorse. Now, you're going to make the third step. You're going to go inside. Hear me closely. You're going to go inside the veil. You have to go inside of it. You make Tauba from inside, not from outside. You go in. I want you to go inside the mirage. It's like you're traveling into the center of your mirage, the center of your veil. You're recognizing it's a veil, and you remorse that you've spent time being veiled. You're sorry. You say, Allah, I'm so sorry that I spent time in the mirage. Now you're going to bow your head to Allah. You're going to ask Him for forgiveness. I'm going to ask for forgiveness. And now you're going to enter into a state of humility, meaning you gotta bow. You have to say, you know what, I don't know. It's humility. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, God. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. Now you're going to begin to say Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Repeat. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. I ask for forgiveness from Allah, the Most Great. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Okay, now you're going to ask for forgiveness, and as you're asking for forgiveness, every time you ask, literally the light rotates. It's kind of like the Karate Kid, soap on, soap off type of thing. You're washing. Every time you wash, you ask. The light of Allah washes. It's a rotational light, and it washes from inside the veil. It cleans the veil inside. So astaghfirullah, you're cleaning. And you're cleaning, and you're cleaning, and you're cleaning, and you're cleaning. Everybody do that now, stop for all day. Cleaning every time. Stop for all day. Stop for all day. Stop for all day. Stop for all day. Stop. Stop. Now, as you clean, you are annihilating, you're finite the veil. The veil is annihilated. Okay, keep going. Keep going deeper and deeper. Annihilating it. Annihilating whatever your veil is. Okay, until the veil itself completely washes away. Completely disappears. No. As the veil disappears, here's one of the secrets. Because you're annihilating the image of the veil of Al-Basir, as the veil disappears, what happens to the light of Al-Basir? It increases, because you took the veil off. You have a light and you clean the light bulb, the light shines brighter. All you're doing is cleaning the veil off of the light bulb of Al-Basir. Now it's shining brighter. So every time you clean the veil, your true Basir becomes greater, and you are coming closer, astaghfirullah, to divine reality itself. You are coming closer to the divine reality. So this is a very basic teaching, but you've understood now a number of very important facts. A, you found the quality of Lasir. You're finding the world of the soul. B, you're finding the subtle veils of illusion that block the light. C, you're working with Tauba, the interior nature of your veil, to release and transform that veil. And finally, D, that when you transfer the veil, that you beautify with the quality itself, the seer becomes present, and you have come closer to God. This is a part of the walking of the third station. Third station, 3 levels: purification of veils, gathering of good and evil, the opening and determination of the Ishq, the passionate heart and love for God, and its development. And the 3 essential elements of the third station. Okay? All right, when you're ready, slowly return back to the room. And in the desire to try to give you something that Sidi gave you, inshallah, I'd like to offer a Tauba promise, which is, if you want, you can come up now, and we're going to make a special promise to Allah, a Tauba promise, and forgive me if I don't do it perfectly, and we'll try to ask Allah to give you the strength and the capability to walk through the veils of light. So anybody who'd like to get that, please come up front. You can come take my hand up here, we'll do that.